Hi, I'm Dr. David Ajibade with the Brain and Body Foundation. All right, in the previous video, we talked about the brain and the different factors affecting it, especially when it comes to brain disorders in children, learning disabilities and dyslexia, autism, hyperactivity. And if you can get it, get it. There are lots. The videos are archived on the NTA page. Webpage, but I want to focus on the microbes for now. Microbes are the tiny organisms that are not ours, like bacteria, fungi, viruses that are in everybody's body, especially in the guts. But in children with these learning disabilities, there seems to be an overgrowth, an overabundance of these organisms, and these can cause specific problems in the brain. As a matter of fact, in my many years of working in this field, I found out that if we don't take care of the gut, you're really wasting your time. And I see a lot of focus on behavioral therapists and all those things, and I think that's really, really important. But you have to remember that these kids are walking around with guts full of these toxic things, and there's only so much you can do on the outside. You got to focus on the inside. So there's an imbalance is really what's going on. There's an imbalance. These organisms, the main culprits are Candida, Clostridia, parasites, viruses, and these seem to, like I said, overgrow, and they cause problems. Some of the problems they cause is not just because of their presence, but also what they produce, and these could be spurs, which are like seedlings that get into the bloodstream and get into the brain. And of course, they can produce toxins, like byproducts of their own metabolism that they produce that can be toxic to the gut and toxic to the brain. Now, if I had let me just quickly draw a picture of the brain here. What happens is that these bacteria, they grow up, they grow, and then they enter into the bloodstream, which eventually gets to the brain. Normally, the brain should be able to block out these toxins, spurs, these microbes. They should be able to block it, and there's a barrier called the blood-brain barrier that keeps these things from entering in. The problem is that when there are so many, they just, by sheer force of numbers, they can just actually damage this barrier and make it leaky. You probably heard the term leaky gut. Well, there's also a term called leaky brain as well. So they can get into the brain and cause some degree of damage. Like I said, it can actually affect your speech. It can actually affect the child's behavior, ability to concentrate, and they can even do some even crazy things like fecal smearing, where they take their poop and smear it on the walls. It's really not a very pretty sight at all. So the first place we want to start from is really clean up the gut, and there are ways to do that.